Today we're going to talk about common errors with prompts and prompt strategies. You're probably watching this video because you've already started working on a project with Specode. If not, you'll find related videos to get started in the description below. So, while you're working on the AI coder, sometimes you'll be faced with an error that you don't know how to fix. So let's go ahead and there's a build error on my current application and I can't see anything on my screen. So let's just jump right into how would we react to errors like this. So the first thing that I would do is just copy the error itself. So we're going to copy it and we'll ask the AI coder, I have a build error, and then I would send the error, please fix. This is the most common strategy you should employ when fixing errors. You shouldn't try to resolve them on your own because that's what the AI coder is here for. It's here to solve your errors for you and help you resolve those errors. So it's going to say, take some time to think about what the issue is. And it looks like the issue was that a plugin was missing. So it's going to install the package for us and update the UI to add those, the SMS functionality which I've requested. My original request was to include notifications or a reminder function, which would send notifications for medications reminders. Now, this isn't really going to work just because if we go to my project settings, you can see I don't have any API keys added. In order to send notifications or have some sort of internal notification system, we need to integrate some sort of external API. And in order to do so, you'll go to your project settings and you'll add your Twilio key here. For example, if we're using Twilio, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the value. This is how you would set it up and add it into the environment. Otherwise, all of your notifications will be in-app notifications, or they'll be mock data, and that might not be exactly what you'd like. All right, so it's saying that the dependencies didn't complete properly, so it's going to reinstall them. So it's going to take a couple seconds. Let's check and see if this will actually resolve our error. Another common strategy that you can employ when resolving errors, which I'm going to show by opening my screen here. So what I did was open the preview by selecting this button up here. This is going to open it in a new tab. On this tab, you can see that the app appears completely broken, but it's working on a fix right now. What we want to do is click on the inspect option. If you right click on your screen, you can open the inspect option. Now this is going to open the HTML elements view, but what we want is the console view. And this console view will provide you with a lot more information than just this error that you see here. So it's going to be the same error, but just more expanded. And what you can also ask the AI coder to do, so let's say that this isn't working. So this isn't working. We're going to ask it to please provide more debugging logs. And what this is going to do is prompt the AI coder to create more logs that are specific, so that when you run into your specific error, you can see them show up here on the console. So what we're going to do is say, this isn't working, please add some debugging logic and continue investigating. Previously, I mentioned that you should ask the AI coder to provide some debugging logic. So let's see what that looks like on the console. So if we click on Find Provider, we'll see these issues pop up on the bottom left. And so let's just inspect here, and we'll access the console just to see what these errors are. So you'll see that we have specific written error messages provided by the AI to help you determine what the issue is. And all you really need to do is, you don't need to expand these errors. You can just select it and copy and feed it to the AI coders. And then once you give it to the AI coder, it will work on solving this error, and hopefully it can actually address the root cause of the issue. And if not, then we'll go back and forth by asking for more debugging, more specific debugging. And typically that's when, at that point, the AI coder realizes, oh, I actually know what the problem is, and then they'll fix it. It'll fix it. Now the errors seems to have been resolved, but on my screen I still see the build error. So let's refresh and see if it was actually fixed. And if not, then we'll have to keep asking. Okay. So it wasn't fixed, so let's ask the AI coder one more time. I still see the build error on the home route, which is this. You'll know you're on the home route when you don't have anything behind these backslashes. And then we'll copy the error here, here's the error, and send it. I just want to go through an additional testing mechanism or method that I find is useful for users. So if you find that you're making changes to your database, let's say you're adding a new product and you don't see your new product in the product catalog, you can access your tables if you go to your project on Supabase and you open, so you'll start on this screen, and if you go to the left hand side and click on the table editor, you'll be taken to a list of all the available tables that are provided with your Specode template. Now, this template should already pre-populate some existing values. For example, there already exist some products on this products table. You can remove them by selecting them here and selecting delete 3 rows, and that will remove those products. Don't worry about deleting the table itself. The rows are the actual data that you're storing in the tables, like the product IDs, the name of the product, the description of the product, so on. All of the properties of what it is that you're storing in this table will be here in the form of a column. So let's say that you're testing, and let's say you come across a scenario where you're creating a new account and your account creation isn't working. So you want to go to let's say you're creating a new provider account. You can go to the providers table and check, has my provider been added to the database correctly? And if it is it formatted correctly? So like, let's say you create the new account and it's not working and you can't sign in. Maybe the user ID isn't being populated and it's showing as null. That's something you can easily describe to the AI coder. Let's say I go back and I say, please fix the account creation. You can state so let's say what column were we on? The user ID is appearing as null when I create a new account as null, and then you can specify it in the providers table under the user ID column when I create a new account. And that's all. You'll send this and then the AI coder will respond. Obviously I don't have that issue now, so I'm not going to send the prompt, but that's pretty much just wanted to walk you through how you can troubleshoot any of your backend issues as they relate to data on your project.